Hi friends, so today I'm going to be reading The Curse of the Ring and The Curse of the Ring character background information. Okay. I'm going to start off with the background information just so you know a little bit more about the characters. Alright. The first character we have is Maleficent Dawn Roosevelt. Okay, this is what it says. Maleficent Dawn Roosevelt is the mother of Eleanor and the grandmother of Elena. She was born on April 16th, 1958 in Savannah, Georgia. She grew up to be a magnificent movie star. Her father passed away when she was 6 years old. Her mother died while giving birth to her. She was raised by a sweet, elderly, old woman by the name of Nanny. While Maleficent was growing up, she was always bullied for her body type. When she was in high school, Nanny passed away. She graduated high school and went to college. While in college, she gave birth to her daughter, Eleanor. Maleficent raised Eleanor while learning about magic. Soon Maleficent graduated from college when Eleanor was just 4. Now Eleanor is all grown up and moved away. Maleficent is dead and gone. Now we have Eleanor Gladia Roosevelt. Eleanor Gladia Roosevelt was born on May 24th, 1979 in Flagstaff, Arizona. She was raised while Maleficent was still in college. Eleanor never left her mother's side until age 5 when she had to go to school. She skipped preschool and started in kindergarten. Soon she was in high school. She got engaged in 11th grade to a man named Austin. After they graduated, they had a child named Elena. Maleficent spent many days at her daughter's house helping raise Elena. Soon, Eleanor and Austin divorced, and Eleanor took full custody of Elena. This happened when Elena was 11 years old. Elena never saw her father again after that nasty divorce. And the last character in the story is Elena Elliott Roosevelt. Elena Elliott Roosevelt was born on June 26, 2003 in San Francisco, California. She was raised by her mother and father until age 11. Her father divorced her mother. She was raised by her mother and grandmother. She has never been outside California, but she would like to see the other states someday. Elena was brought up in magic and witchcraft because her mother and grandmother were witches. So Elena was born a witch. She never went to public school because her mother homeschooled her. And Elena never knew anybody else except her father, mother, and grandmother. So she was shy around new people. She soon grew out of that. She started making friends around age 18. Her mother, grandmother, and her practiced magic every day. Soon Maleficent passed away. Soon after that, Eleanor passed away. So it's just Elena now. And that is the end of the character background information. Now I'm going to read you the actual story. Okay, The Curse of the Ring. Here we go. Once upon a time, Eleanor and Elena were a mother and daughter duo who were witches. They practiced magic and they could shapeshift into anything they wanted. So they were kind of like Maleficent in a way. One day, they were walking around their town shopping in all the little whatnot shops. They were new in this town. They were lucky enough to find a magic store, so they walked in. They were looking for a specific potion. The potion was called the Curse of the Ring. They bought it and went back to their cabin in the woods. No one knew where Eleanor and Elena came from. They just slipped into town one day and made themselves a home in the woods. Then they started going to the town every day. They loved the magic shop, so based off that, the townsfolk assumed that they must be witches, which they were right. They practiced magic in their little cabin in the woods. After they bought the potion they needed, they made a ring with the curse hidden in the diamond. This is how the curse works. They need a pregnant woman to wear it for all the 9 months of her pregnancy. If she ever takes it off within those 9 months, her baby would die after she gave birth to it. But if she kept it on the whole 9 months, her baby would come out just fine and grow up to be happy and healthy. Luckily, Elena had a friend who was getting ready to be pregnant. Her friend hasn't taken a pregnancy test yet, but her friend said she would take it later that day. And she wanted a pretty ring to wear. So Elena got a phone call from her friend. She said that her pregnancy test came back positive, so she was pregnant. So Elena went to her house in the next town to give her the ring. While Elena was gone, Eleanor made a few more rings with the curse hidden in the diamonds. When Elena got back, she said the ring was perfect for her friend, but she didn't tell her friend about the curse. She just said that she cannot take it off for anything, which is what Eleanor wanted Elena to say. Soon, about a month after her friend received the ring, she took it off because she had a sprained finger, and that finger happened to be the finger the ring was on. And as the curse read, her baby would die about 10 minutes out of coming out of the womb, and she will later regret taking off the ring. Once Elena and Eleanor found out that she took off the ring, they broke into the most evilest of laughing anyone has heard. I guess that's what she gets for taking Elena's man when they were 19. Eleanor and Elena ran into town to get more of that potion. Once they got back to the cabin, they saw Maleficent sitting in a chair. Maleficent was Elena's grandmother that she never knew. Eleanor was glad to see her mother again. Maleficent, Eleanor, and Elena went on a walk. They were discussing that potion and how deadly it is. The real reason Maleficent came down from her castle was because she needed a favor. That favor was to kill someone for her. That person happened to be her servant Hudson, because he had betrayed Maleficent recently, and Maleficent wanted revenge. So Maleficent had Eleanor and Elena make a potion from scratch. Maleficent wanted Elena to make a new potion out of other potions. So they brainstormed and came up with the perfect potion. It was a mixture of a powerful potion called Mega Curse and a less powerful potion called Super Curse. It was the perfect combination, so they mixed the two potions together and they had the perfect potion for Maleficent. Maleficent, Eleanor, and Elena flew to Maleficent's castle to get revenge on Hudson. So when they arrived at Maleficent's castle, they found Hudson in the dungeon below the castle floors. They walked down a series of spiral staircases to get to the dungeon. Once they found Hudson in a cell, Maleficent unlocked the door with a skeleton key. Once they were inside the cell, Maleficent locked the door so Hudson couldn't try to escape. They made some tea for Hudson, but they slipped the potion into the tea without Hudson realizing. Hudson drank the tea in one sip. About 1 minute after drinking the tea, Hudson fell to the floor. He was put into a deep sleep. Soon, when he awoke, his memory would be erased and he wouldn't know who anyone is except himself. But if he wakes up and his memory is not erased, then he will die within 72 hours. And Hudson didn't know that they put the potion into his tea. He just thought he was more tired than he had originally thought whenever he hit the floor into his deep slumber. After he was asleep, Maleficent, Eleanor, and Elena left the dungeon and went back up to the castle. They sat in the castle's library. When Eleanor was a child, she used to love to read, and Maleficent was proud of her daughter for taking great pleasure in reading magic and evil books. After Eleanor grew out of reading, she handed down those books that she read as a child to Elena, who reads them all the time whenever she needs more spells and potions to create. They sat in the library for about 2 hours. When they got the news that Hudson had awakened, they excitedly went down to the dungeon to see if his memory was lost. And the potion did its job. Hudson's memory was wiped clean. Maleficent, Eleanor, and Elena let out their most evilest laugh they had ever produced. After they had a good laugh, the girls went back up to the castle. Soon, Eleanor and Elena went back to the cabin in the woods, and they never saw Maleficent again. That is the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, turn on the little notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. And bye, friends.